Hey guys, remember that last week we started talking about how we can compare and contrast characters in our novels. And we learned that it's more than just one way. When we look at comparing and contrasting characters, we can look at a variety of ways. Physical traits, their personality, their interests, their hobbies, and their jobs. Things that they dislike, their feelings towards a topic, or even their reactions to what's happening in your story. That was comparing and contrasting characters. Today what I want to do is I want to show you how as a reader we can do the exact same thing with the setting in our novels. So when we compare and contrast settings, most times stories have multiple settings that can be compared and contrasted. And just like with characters, there's more than one way to do that. We might just be able to see how they're similar and different by their physical environment, what it actually looks like. But we can also look at the actions or activities that occur in a setting. So in this setting, these things happen. But in this setting, these things happen. We can also look at the atmosphere or mood that's created by a setting. A mood is another way for the feeling that you get. For example, if we're in a dark forest and there's creepy sounds happening, the mood that I get as a reader is kind of a scared, sad, frightened, apprehensive mood. Versus if I'm at a birthday party with, games and rides and presents and cake and ice cream, my mood is going to be happy, excited, joyful. So a mood is that feeling that you get from the environment that you're in. We can also look at that setting's purpose. What's its purpose? Why are we there? We can also look at how characters respond or react in different settings. So let's take a look at our book from last week, The Can Man. And today I want you to watch me as I go through comparing and contrasting two settings from this book in preparation for you guys doing this with your own book. So the first thing that I thought of before I started comparing and contrasting was to actually make a brainstorm what were the settings in this book. In The Can Man, I thought of Tim's stoop, where he lives, he has kind of a set of stairs that lead up to his front door. A lot of times in New York City, in big cities like that, you're going to have these rows of houses with stairs that lead up to the front door, and they call that a stoop. So when Tim is sitting on that stoop, that is a setting. And that's a stoop. So that's a setting that happens more than once in our story. Tim's house was a setting. The park where he was collecting cans was a setting, and also the recycling center was another setting. So what I have here is a page that looks like this, where you don't have this page, but it's going to be very easy for us to recreate this in a notebook. So just like in our notebook, we can create two columns here, setting 1 and setting 2. And then here are all the different ways that we can compare and contrast settings. Just like with characters, I don't expect you to do every single one of these. Pick and choose. I know with our characters, we only chose 3 ways to compare and contrast. I would recommend you doing the same thing here. Today, as I show you what I'm doing and how I go through this, I'm actually going to try to fill in every single one of these categories. But again, when you go off to do this, you can choose 3. All right. So the 2 settings that I chose were the stoop and the recycling center. And the first category that I was thinking about was how are they the same or how are they different as far as their physical environment? And when I really thought about it, I thought, okay, Tim's stoop, it's outside, it's near a street. The recycling center, on the other hand, is inside. Okay, you remember the recycling center was towards the end of the book. It looked like this. I could probably also add here that it's also, as far as how it's similar, it's also near a street or near a parking lot, something like that. Okay, Moving on, I needed to think about the actions or activities that happen in this particular setting. So for Tim's stoop, it is a great place for him to meet people. In fact, this is where he meets the can man. This is where his friend comes by. So it's a place for him to meet people. He also watches people. He receives his gift here, the gift of the skateboard. On the other hand, the recycling center, the actions that happen here is that this is where he turns cans in to receive money. Next was the atmosphere or the mood, the feeling that we get from that particular setting. So when I thought about Tim's stoop, there's a variety of feelings that I get. One, when his friend arrives and starts talking about skateboarding, and Tim mentions, well, it's not really fun because I have to borrow your brother's stuff. To me, the mood turns sad right there. I feel bad for Tim, and I know Tim is feeling pretty sad as well. But also, Tim receives that skateboard there as a surprise gift. That's the one thing he's wanted. So the mood, the feeling that I get there is kind of a happiness, joyful, excited kind of mood. So even though it's the same setting, depending on where it happens in the story, the mood kind of changed. As far as the recycling center goes, I think about the recycling center was that moment when Tim looked out the window and saw the can man kind of walking away. And sort of almost in my head, I picture him looking at the money he just got from the cans and thinking, man, he deserves the money more than I do. But in a moment, it's almost sadness because he's realizing just who really needs that money. So I wrote down Tim's stoop. He's sad when he's with his friend, but happy when he gets that gift of the skateboard. At the recycling center, he's sad because he sees the can man outside and realizes all of a sudden, really who deserves the money, who needs that money more, but also happy and proud maybe because of the decision that he ends up making to give the money to the can man. When it comes to the purpose of that setting and the purpose of that setting, I think of Tim's stoop as maybe the purpose of meeting people. It's a place for him to see what's happening in his neighborhood. It's a place for him to meet his friends or to meet other people. The purpose of the recycling center is to exchange cans for money. That's the purpose there. That's why they went there. And then as far as the characters' reactions or responses in that setting, let's take a look at what I was thinking. On Tim's stoop, this is where he comes up with the idea of how to earn money to buy a skateboard. It's that interaction with his friend where his friend is thinking, let's go skateboarding. And Tim's like, no, I don't like to borrow your brother's stuff. But it's also where he sees the can man and where he kind of gets the idea of, I can be like the can man, collect cans, and then I can solve my problem of not having a skateboard and equipment to go skateboarding with. The recycling center, unlike Tim's stoop, this is where he's getting money, and this is where he's realizing who needs it more. So his reaction in that setting is to realize, oh man, look at what I could be giving this, or who I could be giving this money to. So that's kind of the reaction that he gets from that particular place. Again, will every setting have all of these responses? Of course not. You might not know enough about the purpose of your setting, or you might not know how a character reacts to a particular setting. So today, when you go off to try this with your own novel, pick and choose which one makes sense for you. Again, you don't have to do all 5 of these. Choose 3. Choose the 3 that make the most sense for your story, for your settings, and for what you know about your settings. The last step, just like we did with characters, is to take our thoughts and to compose them in an answer. So here's what I did. Again, too much. I didn't take everything in my chart. I picked and chose what I wanted to say. The goal here is for me to write a response that compares and contrasts the 2 settings. This is what I wrote. Tim's stoop and the recycling center are similar and different. One way they are similar is that Tim received something in each place, a skateboard on the stoop and money at the center. One way they are different is their purpose. The stoop is a place to see things and meet people. The center is a place to exchange cans for money. So I hope that you notice a couple things about this response. One, the way that it starts. It's very clear for my reader to understand what I'm doing here. Then I sort of start with how they're similar, and I give you one way from here that they're similar. Then I move into one way that they are different. Again, I choose one example here of how they are different, and I write about it. I did not use every single thing that I wrote in my brainstorm. I pick and chose what I wanted to write in my answer. So today what you're going to do is to go back into the novel that you're reading, and I want you to think about 2 settings from your story. If you're in the very beginning of your book, you may not have 2 settings yet. So what I would recommend that you do is go back to the book that you just finished before you started this book. If you are midway through the book or towards the end of the book, you shouldn't have any problem at all. And every story has more than one setting. I would encourage you to start off today by making a list of all the settings that you know about. However small they are to however grand they are, meaning as the least amount of times that they're mentioned to maybe the most amount of times that they're mentioned. List them all, and then go through from that list and pick 2 that you think you could compare and contrast really well with. Then come back and narrow down which 3 of these do you want to focus on. Again, don't focus on all of them. This page you do not have, but you can pause this video and use it to help you. This page you don't have as well, but all of these are listed today in our reading folder. So if you look for them in Schoology, you're going to find them. But today what I want you to do is exactly what I did. Choose 2 settings from your story. Choose 3 of these to compare and contrast. Create a chart on a piece of paper where you list out how they are alike and how they're similar. And then I want you to use this model to help you as you write a response that compares and contrasts your 2 settings. Don't forget, we're going to meet back later on to sort of talk about how you did and share your findings. In the meantime, let me know if you have questions.